Fuck you all.
Good morning, evening, and afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Week 10 Power Rankings coming at you live from the hotel here in Dallas, Texas. Got my grabber shirt on that we talked about at lunch. It's on for Power Rankings. Week 10 Power Rankings coming at you live. Jared needs to come through. I've always got time for my people. You need the Power Rankings. You've got them. Thanks again to our sponsor, Betting Zoo, part of the ship, part of the crew. Do you bet? Because I zoo. First off, I want to say congrats to Corbs. Double egg challenge to start off the week, and one to remember at that. Atop of the hospital parking garage on the way to community service. What a man. Let's get into the recap of last week. Andy versus DH looked like a massive upset for Andy, but DH found a way to win with Eckler on Monday Night Football. Doesn't look great for DH, who put up 93 points, but a win is a win. Z versus Corb saw another matchup under 100 points, where Goob won with 93 points and Corbin put up 60 points for his egg. Tough. Corb is on the trade block. Shout out Corb. And any help, he's got Mark Andrews to trade. And that's about it. Zoe versus Pat saw Pat drop his 8th straight, and Zoe dropped 121 points. Pat dropped 100. It's rough out here. Zoe had another CD masterclass tip. Now he's got Amon-Ra back after his bye week. Cole versus Jared saw OJ drop 150 on Jared's head. Joe Burrow, Josh Jacobs, Amari Diggs all scored over 20. Domination right there. Martell versus Rutsky saw Martell take the lead late, with Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson taking the lead as the Jets lost with Goob in attendance. I think that's pretty funny. Lamar again was not great for BR. Looking for a trade? Shout out Corb. And for the matchup of the week was Gino versus Alex. Gino finally showed a little bit of his number one ranking and put up 130 points. But 20 from a kicker? Come on now. Alex put up 100. Tip. All right, let's get into the rankings. Number 12, Pat. I might just skip number 12 in the rankings, as Pat will continue to occupy this spot until he comes out with a win. This, though, looks like a great week, and Pat could steal a win. To Trevor Lawrence, DK, D-Hop versus Goob's roster, we're looking for that nice treat. We're all hoping for Pat, and I want to put Pat at a different spot next week. Let's move on to number 11. Corbs, number 11, Dumpster Fire. Devontae Adams, Mark Andrews, and Geno Smith. Not great. He's struggling with star power, but he's just not getting it done. Will he drop another 60-pointer? Unlikely, but he certainly could. I would enjoy that. Watch out for the trade between him and Goob that will make us all scratch our heads. Corbs takes on Rusky, who isn't doing well, but Rusky's got a little better roster. As Corbs says, his roster, egg-tastic. Players not playing up to their standards. This is Jamar Chase and Lamar Jackson. One player goes off and the rest of the team struggles. He has not hit his stride, BR, and there's not much time to get into the playoffs. But a way back in the game is playing Corbs, and bam, here it is. I think Rutsky's team figured out a way to win and tries to get back into the playoff push with a nice, easy win versus Corb. Number 1 overall pick man finds himself at number 9 in the rankings. Yay! Justin Jefferson back. Oh, QB is Josh Dobbs. Hey, will he come back to a true wide receiver 1? I don't think so. Jared Goff, Olave, T. Higgins will be the ones to lean on, and Gibbs, we'll see with David Montgomery, but we'll see what happens. He's got a tough matchup for his Andy this week, but as we've seen, anything can happen. The Kenneth Walker for A.J. Brown trade looks more and more lopsided by the week. I'm sure Alex is upset, and it may push him from the playoffs with this trade. Starting Baker Mayfield and James Cook is a tough way, but he's got to do it. Alex plays powerhouse Zoe right now, and Zoe is riding high and looking to secure his spot in the playoffs. I can't see Alex winning, but stranger things have happened. After trying to secure the win with 8 people on bye, Andy is back to full strength and ready for a Kane to be back from his IR and bye with the Dolphins and ready to take on everybody. CMC is here to stay, take on Jerry this week, which should be a close matchup, and Justin Fields is close to a comeback. I need the Bears to beat the Panthers this week. Caleb Williams, here we come. is the one that we thought would take it from 0-4 to 5-4 to 6-4 to playoffs starting to show cracks? It looks likely. Under 100 points, but a win. I think I hear some teeth chattering over there in Dan's corner in Miami. Dan takes on Marty for a number 6 versus number 5 matchup. Dan should beat Marty just looking at the rosters, but Marty is a tough one to beat. He plays that defense, wins championships just like Gino. Puka, Nakua, and Koopa need to show out again for DH to get into the playoffs. Let's move on to number 5, which is Marty.
But first, a word from our sponsor. Marcel?
Shout out Betting Zoo, because that's the only way I can get any kind of fucking pleasure in my life with this fucking shit show of a fantasy team.
Let's be honest. CJ Stroud got Marty the win last week, but he needs more than that to get a win versus DH. Can he do it? No QB. Would he have any room? Maybe Brock Purdy to the rescue? I don't know. Saquon definitely needs to show out more, but with no quarterback on the roster and Daniel Jones out for the season, that's going to be a tough one to Saquon put that load on his quads. Let's see what Marty needs to get a win. It's going to be tough, though. Josh Allen and A.J. Brown. Guys got a good roster. Corb, please don't trade this man. Shout out, Corb. Good plays, but he plays Patty this week, and it looks like it's going to be a tough matchup. We will see who pulls it out, but this could be a massive upset in the cards for Z. He needs to get on that roster, make a few changes, see what he can do, trade a few people. We'll see. Zoe versus Alex this week. Battle of Tampa versus Palm City, Florida boys. The 3 wide receiver trio matchup of Amon-Ra, Keenan Allen, CeeDee Lamb is a tough one to beat. Zoe can continue up the power rankings with another big win versus a top 10 team. I see Zoe working over Alex, securing the W, securing his playoff status. Matchup of the week, ladies and gentlemen. OJ versus Gino, number 2 versus number 1. Diggs, Burrow, Josh Jacobs. I can see OJ making moves on his desktop computer, not on his app. And finally, getting Gino a much-deserved L. Starting Pittman versus New England D and Gus Edwards is tough, though. Keep an eye on this matchup as we move into the number 1 team, Gino. Defense, with offense, looks like Gino to a T. He put up a lot of points last week. We're going to see if he can continue it and keep that number 1 spot. It looks like a matchup of the top 2 teams right now, and it is looking like OJ possibly may steal a win. Debo is back in the swing of things, and Derrick Henry is ready to roll. Will Geno Magic be ready for the playoff push, or will he flutter out? Tune in to find out. Thank you all for watching. Tune in next week. Roll the clip for the sponsors. Love y'all. Subscribe, like, watch out for next week.